What's up, everybody? SFL Heron TV is here with a special edition quarantine version. What's going on, guys?
How you doing, man?
Yo, not much, man. Bored as fuck.
For real, man.
Man, for real.
So, how did you guys take that news of the first home game getting canceled?
We're ready, man. I was ready to go out there and drink, watch us win, but I guess it had to happen.
Yeah, I was really upset too, man. I was really looking forward to it. We had our plans ready for the tailgate, and ultimately, they dropped the bombshell on us like a day or two before the game, and we couldn't go out there. So it was very depressing. I was pretty upset. I was looking forward to hanging out with you guys. We haven't seen each other in a while, and we were all going to go out there and root for the team. But we're going to have to wait a couple of months for that home opener. But let's get down to business, man. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the reason why we're here. The talk of the coronavirus. What are your guys' thoughts about the MLS and Inter Miami as a franchise, how they're handling the situation so far?
Well, they haven't really said anything. They sent out personal messages to the ticket holders, the season ticket holders, saying, "Oh, this is whoever was in charge of that group of people. If you have any questions, hit us back." And I personally asked, what are they gonna do with this payment coming up in April? And they replied that they're still going forward with withdrawing that payment for the season tickets, which to me is a little surprising because we have banks, credit cards, everything reaching out to the customers saying, yo, if you're getting affected by this, we can give you a deferment for a few months. But Inter Miami or the MLS hasn't even started to talk about that.
Yeah, it's insane how if you actually ask, oh, what are you going to do about the payment plans? The answer is our intentions is still to fulfill all the games in the season tickets, but that wasn't the question. We want an answer about the payment itself. Because, I know I'm not working as much as before. I know some of you aren't working as much as before. And, with the cut of everything, right, the cut of hours and everything, we need money to buy essentials and different things. I already have my car reach out to me and tell me that I could defer my payments, but Miami's still charging the same price. We do have the supporter section, which is not that much, but imagine the people that have the higher, the more expensive season tickets.
Yeah. I heard it's kind of like a car payment, man. It's expensive. And you got people out here worrying about essentials and water and toilet paper, for crying out loud. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we gotta do the challenge.
They seem to have a big concern with what's going on, right, with social distancing. Let's change the logo and let's make this a big deal, and we're all concerned, right? But then when it comes to just maybe freezing the payments, it doesn't have to be a cancel or anything. Just how everything's been, just postpone it. It's nah, that's not happening. Payments are still moving forward. It's
I've seen people asking that, people saying they don't want to cancel the payments, they don't want a refund because if the season's going to continue, people want to go to the game still. But while we're not getting what we were paying for, because these couple of months that we're not going to be watching them play, we would have had a few home games that we're not going to get to go watch, and they're still charging us. They could wait till the season starts back up again and then start charging once again. Yeah, and people are asking, like I said, for refunds. They just want to, don't charge me this month. We'll see what's going on with that. If they could do a full quarantine and shut everything down completely. We don't know yet. And then people, everybody here is getting less hours at work or not even working at all. And imagine all the people that go paycheck to paycheck to pay every bill, and right now they're not getting a single paycheck.
Yeah, it's not about canceling the payments. I feel some Inter Miami takes it as that we don't want to stop paying. We just want to pay a little bit later, so it gives us a little bit of time to get back to our feet because a lot of people are not working.
Yeah, well, did Inter Miami respond to doing something about the coronavirus? Edgar stated, they didn't say anything at all. And the whole point of this is to hopefully make some noise and ring some bells, and because especially the people that are getting good seats, and those payments are expensive, man. And it's like you said, it's a car payment. And if car payments, if mortgages, if people are reaching out and saying you guys can, postpone some payments, you can do it for a soccer match. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we'll see. So how you guys?
I don't know if it's an Inter Miami thing or an MLS wide thing, but at the end of the day, the reality is that Inter Miami, they don't want to alienate the fans, and if they continue to charge these people who are living paycheck to paycheck and need to buy necessities such as food and groceries for their families, they're always going to choose that over paying for season tickets. Like I'm really confident that Inter Miami is going to do what's best for the general public because they have a loyal fan base already and they haven't even played a single game at home yet. So right now, everybody's still excited for that first game. I know I am, and everybody that I've talked to is still very excited to go out there to Fort Lauderdale for the first game. And nobody has any bad things to say about Inter Miami. But my fear is that if they just shut this out and don't reach out to the people, the fan base is going to turn their backs on Inter Miami because they're going to have a bad taste in their mouth. And that's not in their best interest for a first season franchise.
Yeah.
So I really am confident that they are going to make the right decision. But obviously, there are qualms right now because they're not reaching out and they're not letting people know that, yes, the payments will be suspended. And that's what the people want to hear. If you tell the people, yeah, we're going to freeze the payments until we get a set date of when we're going to start the league back up, then, people are going to relax a little bit and not be so tense about the situation because there are things bigger than soccer right now going on. This is above soccer. I know we all love the game and we're all very passionate, but at the end of the day, this should be second to, people's lives and people being able to continue living comfortably at home.
Yeah, and I want to make everybody aware, that might be watching, that might watch this, that we're directing this at Inter Miami because we are from Inter Miami. We are Inter Miami fans. We here to talk about Inter Miami. But we did reach out to the Filibuster podcast from DC United, and they told us basically what they told us that DC United told them regarding season ticket payments is verbatim of what we received from Inter Miami. So it's most likely an MLS-wide thing that MLS hasn't given them the go to say we're gonna stop the payments or whatever it is that the protocol will be.
Exactly. Like the message that we got, I actually talked to the Atlanta United fan TV also. I literally just asked them, so what had they said about payments? And then, like you said, verbatim, it was their intention is to play the full season. And I was like, that wasn't the answer like that we were looking for, or the question that we asked. They're just addressing the fact that they're going to play all the games. It's not about playing the games; it's about the payments.
Yeah, because I bet it would be super ironic if all the payments go through while all this is happening. Some people have until maybe June till May to pay it off, and let's say this thing gets pushed back till that time, and then MLS decides, we're going to cancel the season. Then it's like, oh, okay, so now we got to worry about refunds, and now we got to worry. Like now, it's just like kind of like a mess that could kind of be avoided with it's just freezing. It's not like you have to stop anything. It's just freeze, put everything on hold, just like everything else in the country's been, and just have it be on hold. I mean,
people got their more important things to worry about, man. It's true.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not worried that the MLS is going to cancel the season. Ultimately, I do think that there's too much money on the line from sponsorships, etc. But so I'm very confident that the season's going to continue. And I'm also sure that, Inter Miami doesn't want to just stuff their pockets with the supporters' money. Like, if worst case scenario, the season were to get canceled, obviously they'd have to refund every supporter their money because, then you're talking about lawsuits and stuff, which, obviously we don't want to get into that right now, but it's just the fact that they've just been so quiet about it that people are bothered by.
Yeah. It's about preventing the scenario.
Yeah.
Like I said, like Chavez said, we months from now, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the league being suspended until the end of this month. Now it's being pushed back another month. So we don't know what's going to happen in the future. What's happening right now in the U.S. is not stopping. We don't have a date. So we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. It's just to prevent what's gonna happen or prevent any type of misunderstanding. Address the payments and address everything. So we all get understanding and we're comfortable that actually being taken care of by the team that we love.
Yeah, and like Diego said, I mean, I'm sure Inter Miami is going to do the right thing, but if anything, maybe like this can light a spark, and Inter Miami can be a voice for like the fans, because it'd be a really bad start. It'd be like, to the relationship between fan and club if something like this happens, and a week later things get worse, and football gets postponed, and it's like half a year without soccer, and we just paid hundreds of dollars for season tickets, and people are losing their jobs, losing their hours, and it's tough out here, man.
Yeah, but no, let's make it a point though. Let's separate the Herons and let's show that we care and that we're out here though. But let's just not talk about payments. It's kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, like it's the fact that they're taking their time to actually change the logo, addressing. I mean, like I said, they're addressing the social distancing, being socially, be a good citizen, you could say. But then they're not addressing the most important
Wash your
part,
hand.
which is the money.
The money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's the money. I mean, at the end of the day, we do care about money. They care about money. That's what moves everything. So that just needs to be addressed.
There was actually a tweet by a Twitter account named Outer Miami, and they retweeted the logo of Inter Miami that they posted today, and they said instead of doing corny things like revising our logo, how about offering Lockhart Stadium as a site for a field hospital instead? And I thought that was pretty on the money. They didn't even.
That's a good point, but I don't think our hospitals have reached a point where we need a field hospital.
Yeah.
But that is a
And
good
apart
point
from that-
to bring up.
No, but it like of course it is a good point. But as we were saying the other day, like United and City, they raised over 100,000 for the meals in the city. Like Inter Miami could do a fundraiser even for people who are struggling here to like I don't know pay someone's bills for a month. I mean this is just getting off topic kind of, but the point is I think that we need to keep in mind that the fans are what really matter, especially for a club, and especially for a club that this is going to be the first season. Like the way that the club cares and treats its fans, it's going to kind of really map out the from here on out.
Yep, that's going to be the title of this video right there.
Yeah,
what you just said.
Pretty much.
I mean, this whole situation, this was unprecedented. Nobody could have predicted this. People are talking about conspiracy theories that, it was made in some lab years ago or whatever. But let's be real, this was unprecedented. Nobody saw this coming. And it's times like this where, like, as a community, we're all South Florida, like, natives. We've all been here for a long time. And we need to stick together. As Sebastian mentioned that, the teams in Manchester have put together money. And around the world, you see examples of not just in England, but even I was reading the other day that I think it was Borussia Mönchengladbach from Germany that the players were willing to relinquish some of their wages so that the staff and the other workers for the club can get paid. It's little things like that that really get you thinking and like, man, there are good people out there, and like it's always in our worst times that the community rises together, and we have to stand together and be there for one another. As Sebastian alluded to earlier, it's the relationship between the fans and the club, and we don't want that to get off on the wrong foot this early on in the season.
By something that just happened out of the blue. That'd be completely unfair, but it depends on how it's run, really.
Yeah, hopefully they do the right thing, man. Hopefully everything's done right and they address this problem. You guys want to wrap it up here?
Yeah. I think we should.
Like Chaver and Diego said, we're here for the fans. Like at the end of the day, we make these funny videos. We go out there, we have a good time, we interview fans, but we're here. We're a fan channel. We're a voice for the fans. That's what we intended this to be. We're not a weekly podcast just about stats. We've always just wanted to be a voice for the fans. So if any fan out there wants to come on and talk to us and voice their opinions, let us know. We can set something up. If your voices want to be heard, hit us up.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier now since for the who knows how long we're gonna be doing this through like Skype or Zoom or whatever. It's gonna be easier to bring people on. So yeah, just like hit us up, comment, tweet at us, Instagram. We put a poll out there regarding this exact topic. A lot of people are replying, hitting that they agree with us. We just, if more people talk about it, then it's more likely that Inter Miami is gonna have
Something
to
will
address
happen.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could do
exactly.
right. We did Skype this time, but we were gonna do Uvu. Hey, is that what we?
Yeah, we can try all the apps if you want.
You can try different apps. Hopefully, we get sponsored.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it
Okay.
up here, man.
Well, guys, stay safe. Wash your hands 3 times. Sanitize it twice.
5 feet away,
Sanitize.
please.
Stay safe, guys,
5 feet
please.
away.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. SFL Heron TV on all platforms.
See you guys.